tell me what is happening in the government with the agriculture minister caught playing rummy. Then he gets sports ministry. Why sports? Because playing cards is a
I don't know.
sport?
I really can't comment on that. This is the prerogative of the leaders of the alliance, the chief minister, the deputy chief minister. If you're asking me what's happening in the state beyond things that happen, there are controversies that happen in every government, in every state, in every part of the world. Generally, I would say the state, and as a Mumbaikar, I'm very proud that the larger Mumbai metropolitan region is implementing projects that it should have done 20 or 30 years ago. I'll give you a few examples. When I entered politics and fought my first election at the age of 27 in 2004, and I would encourage you, please Google that. One of my speeches and the issues I was fighting on was that we need a trans-harbour sea link which connects Mumbai to the hinterland. Today it's called the Atal Setu Bridge. It's the largest sea bridge. And I used to give the example of the Brooklyn Bridge in New York, as someone who lived in the US. And I said that the Brooklyn Bridge was built in 1885 with the aim of decongesting Manhattan. And in 2004, almost 120 years later, it's still serving that purpose. So the vision in 1885 was a 200-year vision.
Yeah.
Sadly, and that's another separate issue when you talk about the Congress party, state government, central government, state bid for a project, central government would revoke environmental clearances, back and forth between two governments. Finally, and I credit Devendra Fadnavis, who was the chief minister at the time, I credit Eknath Shinde, who was the chief minister, to continue that, who've done an outstanding job of implementing that project, of implementing the coastal road project, which I don't know when you last came to Mumbai, but a game changer for north-south connectivity, east-west connectivity. We are now building a second airport.
I had saved, I think, 2 hours sometimes going to Thane and Navi-Mumbai and all that by taking those roads, the newly constructed roads.
And the NaviMumbaiAirport, which will be one of the country's largest airports. And that feeds into the Trans-Hub, the Atal Setu Bridge, and vice versa. A project which lost almost 8 years because environment clearances were revoked by the centre.
You tell me why this happened with Maharashtra. Is it just politics or is it because of
just politics.
Levels of...
It was politics. Mumbai lost out. Mumbai lost 10 years, sadly, purely because of politics. And one day I will write a memoirs and I will, in detail, go into what happened. We lost Navi Mumbai, we delayed Navi Mumbai Airport purely because of internal one-upmanship between governments, within governments, between government and party. The rest is for you to decipher what I'm talking about. We lost projects like the Coastal Road, the Atal Setu project, the Mumbai Metro. And these things, I love Delhi, but these things hurt Mumbai. And it moved a lot of investments to cities like NCR. You also have a unique situation, remember, where the NCR pie is divided technically between 4 state governments. So you have Haryana, UP, Delhi, and to some extent Rajasthan competing for the NCR pie. That competition helps NCR. In the Mumbai metropolitan region, they all come under one state, the state of Maharashtra.
Shouldn't it be more functional and more efficient if that happens?
It is, but I'm saying that it was easier in a way for us to do things, but we lost time. Frankly, until Devendra Fadnavis became chief minister, after that Eknath Shinde took forward this work, we just lost time. And if you ask me...
But it's a sad mirror to federalism. It doesn't work, that means. That
federalism works, but you have a situation where you had a party which was in power in the center and state, where you had one section saying one section was saying, and I was part of that group, that was saying that Mumbai is the world's busiest single runway airport. The world's busiest. It's almost 25% busier than the second busiest single runway airport in the world.
Okay.
It's dangerous. It can lead to an accident tomorrow. And there was one section in the party saying, develop, grow our microeconomy, grow Mumbai's economy, Maharashtra's economy, country's economy. And there was another section at the same time saying, no, let's revoke environmental clearances. There was one section saying, let's encourage mining for rare earths. China had a rare earth mining policy in the 1980s when nobody was talking about electric vehicles and lithium-ion batteries. And that's paying them rich dividends today because today they control 80% of the value chain. When the Western countries were saying, we don't want to pollute our countries, move it all to China. When India was looking at doing those things, there was another section in the party and in the government saying, this is bad, I'm going to go against it. Similarly with national security. I remember there was again some sections even in UPA who were, let's go after Naxalism. Let's crush Naxalism. In fact, I recall a debate in Parliament where a senior leader of the Communist Party, a lady MP, and she was making a point, I think Mr. Chidambaram was Home Minister, saying if you want to end left-wing extremism, develop the area, more mobile connectivity. And his response was, how do I build a mobile tower? If I go and build a tower, the person who's building the tower will get shot or killed. And then there were other sections in his own government who were saying, this is not how you deal with it. So it's that confusion. So it's not a federal issue. It's not a center state issue. These were internal party issues that led to a policy paralysis, that led to India becoming a part of the Fragile Five, that led to a city like Mumbai being unable to unleash its full potential.
But even Mumbai, because like you were talking about environmental issues, yes, there is political agreed, but there are several levels, no? There's BMRC, then there's, what is the other one? BMC, then there's MMRDA, MHADA. These are several layers and they are at cross currents. Is that the reason? Because when I'm reading up, it seems like one organization doesn't see eye to eye with the other. As a result of that, you're talking about crores of people who are suffering. Infrastructure crumbling, not able to provide all this because nothing happens.
No, I think you're raising a very valid point which actually transcends Mumbai. The point that you are making is true for every city in India, which is that there are many agencies. There are some agencies in every city. It could be
in this city, like in Delhi, we have the police, which is not under Home Ministry. So policing is an issue.
Forget Delhi, for example. Forget Delhi for a moment. If you look at any other metro, if you look at any tier 1 city, tier 2 city, it is a fact that there are many agencies. It is a fact also that there will be local agencies, like in Mumbai, the municipality. Then there will be state agencies, like the police, like MHADA, which is the Housing Authority, like the Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority, which is MMRDA. Then you'll also have central agencies. So for instance, today in a city like Mumbai, 50% of India's rail traffic, daily rail traffic, emanates from Mumbai Suburban Rail Network. That's run by the Government of India, the Railway Ministry. A large part of land in Mumbai is owned by the Shipping Ministry, the Mumbai Port Trust or Port Authority now. So there is a case to be made which is a larger issue, and this is true of all urban India, where the fact that India is urbanizing second to China. We have one of the fastest urbanizing rates in the world. Do we have enough devolution of powers? Have powers moved to the local municipalities?
Have they? No.
No, not as fast as they should have. Is there enough? And that is the solution. So I always give the example, when you have a terror attack in a city like New York, you'll see the mayor out on the streets.
Yeah. The fire chief, all these people get out.
In India, you'll typically see the chief minister of that state.
Yeah.
You will rarely know who the mayor is. I poll people sometimes that how many people know who the mayor of Mumbai is, the mayor of Delhi is, mayor of Kolkata if they live there. So that is symptomatic of a breakdown in urban governance. I accept that point. Mumbai is no different. Every city in the country is affected. And that really means that can the state governments devolve powers to local governments? Once that starts to happen, and by the way, there's a constitutional amendment to that effect. Once that starts to happen, and the center has a role to play in that, the center through funds in the UD ministry, like smart city funds, etc., can actually incentivize state governments to devolve more powers to local municipalities. When you start having powerful mayors and you start having political leaders who would rather be mayors of large cities then a minister in the state government, that's when you will start to see real urban governance.
Okay.
And that's when you will start to see one individual, one office, being able to coordinate activities across agencies run by the central government, the state government, and the local municipalities. So that is now why does it not happen? The truth is, if you ask me very candidly, it's not a political issue.
Yeah.
It's not an electoral issue.
Which it should be, you know, if your garbage is not picked up, if there is a stray dog menace, if your roads have filled with potholes, these should be issues over which elections should be fought in a city like Mumbai or Kolkata or Lucknow or Delhi or whatever. You
Gurgaon,
know,
yes.
Yeah, these are the issues which bother people so much that, you know, this whole ease of living. Now, Mumbai has this thing of being maximum city, but the urban decay is so much that even a visitor to Mumbai, from the airport to your first meeting, the smells, the exhaustion of traffic is so much that you tend to look and say, yeah, maximum city. Yeah, of course, city of dreams, etc., is there. But the decay is so tremendous.
But can I be very candid? I'm being very honest with you. I accept that all cities in India have this urban governance structural problem. But despite that, today I can tell you, and I've been very critical of Mumbai. I've often, as an MP who's been in and out of Delhi for the last 20 years, often lamented that Delhi's infrastructure is far better than Mumbai's. Today, if I look at the projects that have been executed, the projects that are about to be executed, Mumbai, honestly, will be a much better city from a quality of life point of view, from a traffic point of view, from a public transport point of view. You and I may be fortunate enough to take a car from the airport to the hotel or to where we live. People who use public transportation will be a much, much better city to live in than even Delhi.
No, what are you talking? Those visuals every time of people pushing their way into.
Please, again, I'm not saying
trains.
I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm saying we have a long way to go. If you look at the metro,
it's already 15 years too late.
Yes, it is. I said that, and I explained why these things are late. If you look at the metro once it's fully implemented, if you look at
what is that time? 20 years?
No. It's almost. I mean,
it's dug up. The whole city is dug up.
No, by the way, the metro is going to be now, for example, from South Mumbai to reach the northern part of the city. People are going to be in an air-conditioned metro. There are stretches which are already opening in a phase-wise manner. From a public transportation, the easing the congestion on the railway network, which you're right, the visuals that people in the media report, and they should report, you will start to see a sea change when it comes to that. In terms of traffic, today, if you know Mumbai, if you're going from Kolaba to Juhu, if you had to go during peak hours, you would say, I'd rather not do anything, I'd rather stay at home or do it on Zoom. Things have already radically improved because of different infrastructure projects. The coastal road, for instance, takes you right from Nariman Point up to Bandra. The next leg is going to be implemented, going all the way to Virar. Mind you, the vision of Mumbai now is no longer Mumbai to Juhu and Warsaw, on the western side. The vision will be all the way up to Palghar. We have the country's largest port coming up in Palghar. We will have a third airport coming up in that area. So the Mumbai metropolitan region, it will take time, but things are moving fast. The Mumbai metropolitan region will have 3 major airports. And frankly, that's how large cities in the world work. If you look at London, for instance, there's Heathrow, there's Stansted Airport, there's Gatwick Airport, there are many airports. If you look at New York City, for instance, there's LaGuardia, there's JFK, there's Newark. So I do admit that these things were delayed because of a lack of political will, and these things were delayed because of infighting within a particular...
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा.
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है.
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब.
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप.
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI. It does not lie.